If you don't know why I'm laughing because I told y'all last week I'm trying to wait till episode 5 before I call favorites for the new girls. Because last season, if you didn't watch me, you don't know. But if you did, you know I was Team Callie. Callie's going to be my favorite. She disappointed. So I'm trying not to call favorites right now. But there's 2 girls that stood out in this episode for different reasons, but kind of the same reason. And the 2 girls, I know what they do later on in the season, which I'm going to have to wait and see as to why they did what they did to Jela. But if you're going to ask me MVPs of this episode, Big Lex and Summer. I can't believe it, but we're going to get into it. We're going to get into it. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button for me. We're on the road to 10K now. Let's try and get closer to that. Like, I hit 5K. That was my goal for the year. 10K is the next big goal. Please thumbs up the video. Y'all killed it. I wanted 400 likes on the last video, on the last double recap. Y'all exceeded it. It's like, I think 530 likes now. Blow them comments up. I want to hear y'all's thoughts. I got a lot of notes here. Hopefully I can get into it because there's a lot going on. And we got a lot going on next week. But we're going to get into it. Let's do it. Let's go. Shout out to Legend for that. But, all right. So we get back to episode 3. We get Diamond versus Rollie round. Well, they showed every round all over again. But we're going to talk about round 2. The square up, the post up, both of them with the weak post ups. We already know. Diamond tries to kick. They get to headlocking. They do a lot of headlocking and then just swinging with their right hand. Rollie in this round was swinging a lot more, and her punches were connecting and they were heavier. She actually was throwing punches this time. Y'all know Rollie likes to slap box. But she was punching, and I'm going to give her that one. Diamond won the first round. Rollie won the second round. They go another round, doing the same thing, head locking it up. Rollie swinging on the back of her head. Diamond, I can't tell if she was swinging from the other side. We got a lot of angles where we could see Rollie doing most of the hit. We didn't have the angle on Diamond's side to really tell if she was or not. It looked like Rollie was getting her in that one. So the best 2 out of 3, I'm going to give it to Rollie. But actually, they won another round. So it's 4 rounds, actually. But we'll get to it. But Diamond ends up... it's the same round. Rollie then charges at Diamond into a chair, and when Diamond was going on the chair, Diamond was going back and getting parked low-key, but Diamond was swinging, and Rollie wasn't really doing much, but Diamond was connecting on this round. So I don't know. I'm going to give it a tie, a full tie for the full fight rounds. But Diamond ends up saying the only thing in her mind was to make sure that Rollie was not about to reopen her lip that had just gotten sewed together. But Jaden was cracking me up because everybody else is watching. Jaden is over there taking shots. Like, if you was talking about unbothered, that's unbothered. But Natalie is like, Diamond ends up saying too, I fought Tasiki, bitch. You think I'm scared of you? Like, she might as well coin that. She might as well say, anytime you fight Tasiki on this show, you can't call me scary. Like, if I fought her, I'm like, look, come on. But we all know Diamond's not scary. Like, she's not scared of nobody. But, Natalie ends up saying, we're done. Tasiki's talking about how Rollie ate down. I'm like, did she really? Because Diamond was doing she was doing the same amount that she was, honestly. But Rollie starts talking about how Diamond had said that she was going to go smoke with your son. Like, what's the issue? You made it a point to make it be known that you do smoke with your son, so go do it. Like, what's the issue? But Rollie ends up saying, Diamond ends up saying, I said nothing about your son. I said go play with him. Like, I only said it after what you said, which is true. But Rollie ends up saying that she already had too many people judging her child because you put him out there for people to judge. But Diamond says, what I just said, Diamond says, but you put it on the internet. I said, bingo, like, if you keep certain things off of the internet, people can't judge it because they don't know. But Rollie's talking about how she had people leaking her son's information, putting her son in danger so many times. That is foul. If you do start doing that type of stuff, that's weird. But like Diamond said, keep certain things, especially your kids, keep their information off social media. Like, that's like how certain people, certain celebrities and stuff, when they have kids, they don't post their kids on social media. And if they do, they put like emojis over their faces and stuff to prevent people from saying stuff about their kids. Like, that's just how it is. People with a brain, that's how it is. But she ends up owning. Rollie does end up owning up to how she was wrong for giving Meatball the chain when Diamond deserved it. She even said out her mouth that she was the most valuable baddie of last season, which we all know she was for sure. But she said that she only wanted to fight Diamond after she had mentioned her child. Scotty ends up butting in saying, "Girls, girl," talking about Rollie. Ahna was like, she looked like, bitch, please. Y'all always talking about girls, girls, how y'all girls, girls. Y'all not. I said exactly. But Rollie ends up saying too that she understands. She said she understands grown kids. I don't know what I wrote, but she said something along the lines of like grown ass kids smoking with their mamas. I said, first of all, kids can't be grown because they're not grown. They're kids. And then no kid should be smoking with their mother. No kid. Keyword kid. Whether it's an infant, whether it's a toddler, whether it's a kid, whether it's a teenager. They're all kids. You should not be smoking with your parents. You shouldn't. You shouldn't. No kid should be smoking, period. But we already know once you get to middle school, high school, you're going to start dibbling and dabbling in certain things. But doing it with your parents, that's crazy. And I do look at parents crazy when you allow that shit to happen. But she then tries to make an excuse for it, saying that she's watched people in her life ODing on, you know what, the Uggs. And she talks about not wanting her son to pretty much fall victim to that, which I understand that. But, like, be a mother. Like, make sure that your kid doesn't do that. My parents raised me and my sister to where, and they don't, I've never been scared of my parents. Like, I've never been scared of my parents. But it's just certain things where discipline, and that goes into parenting, honestly. I feel like in this day and age, this generation, a lot of new parents don't know how to discipline their kids. I don't have kids, but I've been blessed enough to have cousins that are young. And even when I was still a teenager, I was very much kind of had like a paternal instinct with me. Like my cousins, they were scared of me because I was very much a disciplinarian. Like I took charge when certain parents didn't do so. Like when certain kids, like going to people's houses and stuff, and like my parents raised me and my sister better than that. Like we don't go in people. They told us you don't go in people's house asking for people's food. You allow them to offer that shit to you, and then if they offer it to you, can say yes or no. But don't go in there begging somebody for their food. I'm not the type of person that goes begging for people for money. Like how y'all know with me on here, I don't sit around telling y'all to send me money, send me Cash App, Super Chats. I don't tell y'all to do that. You do that if you choose to do that. But it's just certain things that parents are supposed to do. And if my parents pretty much set that tone for me and my sister, like certain things you don't need to do and you shouldn't do. And if you do it, it's going to be a consequence. That's the problem with her kids. It's clear that her kids don't have, I won't say they're not scared of her, but they don't take her seriously. Like my parents, I took them very seriously whenever they told me stuff. But enough of that. But she starts talking about how that was and how she smokes with him to get him out of the streets. She gives him his own weed, pretty much saying like, I got his own weed so that I know what he is smoking. Whereas if he's in the street, somebody could have laced some shit up with the weed that he has, whatever. I said, it's a weird flex, but okay. Like, I guess if it works for you, but crazy. But they hug it out after Rollie apologizes, and she says she don't want to fight her no more, and they all start hugging it out, and they all go sit down. Akbar then is telling Diamond that she feels like she should apologize to her son. I said, no. Why would she apologize to her son for saying that her mother should go smoke or go play with her son? But Diamond does it. I'm like, okay, I guess. But Jada ends up saying, if you talk about my kids, we'll never be cool. True. But she didn't talk about her kids. So that's the whole point. But the new girls, they arrived. Bad Dolly, Ivori, Big Lex, and Jazmin were the first sets to come in. They split them up. These were the first 4 girls that came in. The other girls, they're sitting in the lounge area talking about Baddie Baddie Shot O'Clock, and the new girls come walking in. So Bad Dolly, who is really, really pretty. She is really, 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 really pretty. Really pretty. That's the first thing that was always on my mind the entire episode watching her. But she got an issue with Ahna. She says she a scary ass bitch. Ahna says that she sees somebody that might not like her. She's talking about Dolly, and she's talking about, no, she ain't in there yet. We'll get to it. But she's definitely talking about Bad Dolly in this instance. But the rest of the girls are walking around hugging everybody, and Bad Dolly and Ahna, they start getting into it. Going back and forth. Ahna ends up saying that she didn't say anything, but she felt like she was just going too crazy at the auditions, fighting people with rings and stuff, and saying that's why I didn't give you my ticket or whatever. Ahna is sitting there saying in her confessional, saying like, what do I look like fighting you over a ticket? I just think Ahna don't really want it with Bad Dolly, but I'm gonna let her have that. But they showed a flashback of Bad Dolly acting a fool at the reunions, at the auditions. And Ahna pretty much said, like, I feel like she was just doing too much and going too crazy at the auditions. Bad Dolly said, I wasn't, you were. But she then said Meatball instigated the fight, which she did. Like, Meatball was pretty much saying, so what makes you a baddie? Obviously, on the show, these girls know that these baddies that are at the auditions watching and giving y'all tickets want to see y'all fight. So Bad Dolly did what they wanted her to do. I can't be mad at her for doing what y'all wanted her to do. But I wouldn't do it. I'm not going to fight somebody just to fight them. But she said, I did that. She said, essentially, one of the girls had pretty much called her out. She said, if a bitch call you out, stand on your shit. I agree with that. But she also then says, I did it how I wanted to do it. Like, you might not agree with it, but I did what I wanted to do. And honestly, you know what? I fuck with that. You got to. But they agreed to not having smoke. They squashed whatever little issue they had. Jela then addresses Ivori about the laughing emoji on the live. I don't know what this is. But apparently, Ivori was on a live with somebody, I'm assuming, and Jela or somebody was either talking about Ivori on the live or whatever, the alternative. Apparently, Jela had put a laughing emoji on the live, whether they were talking about Ivori or Ivori was on the live. Ivori being Ivori, we know how she is. She turns something that's literally nothing into something to have an issue to fight. This girl likes to fight people just to fight. I know that because I watched the Young and Reckless seasons 1 and 2. All she did was pick fights with people. She wants to fight just to fight. So picking an issue with Jela because she put a laughing emoji in a live, it's on brand for her. But Jela pretty much says, if it's going to be an issue, it's going to be an issue. I don't have an issue with you. If you took it a certain way, I'm woman enough to apologize. It is what it is. If you're offended by it, it is what it is. I'll apologize as a woman. Ivori ends up saying, I'm in the same building as you at this point. We can laugh about it together now instead of laughing on live. It's cool. People online are probably going to be like, Jela was pussy. Jela gave scared. Jela's never given scared. She's never given scared. She's always, which y'all don't want to give her the credit for, she's always gave grown woman. Yes, when she does fight, sometimes it could be over petty things, but she's always handled herself as a grown woman. So her addressing this the way she addressed it, none of that gave me scary. But I know a lot of y'all who want to view her as a scary punk bitch are going to view her as that. Ivori also viewed it as that. But that's Ivori. We're talking about Ivori. But Ivori claims that she's a punk and she feels like she was copping pleas. You could see it as that way, but that's your issue and your issue is childish, so whatever. Emma, Yoshi, and Summer. Yoshi, y'all tell me if y'all see it too. She reminds me so much of Diamond from Crime Mob. She looks just like her. Just like her. But Summer comes in saying that she only got one thing on her mind and she charges at that person that she had on her mind. And guess who it was? Ahna. Ahna falls behind the couch when she charged at her. Because they're not in the same weight class, which we're going to get to that later on. But Ahna falls behind the couch. Summer's over top trying to swing on Ahna. Ahna gets up and is swinging. Security's trying to break it up. Ahna is talking about how she talking about Summer snuck Mariah. And Summer says Ahna tried to jump her because she snuck Mariah Lynn. They showed a flashback. We already know that. But Ahna ends up talking about how she had snuck Mariah. Summer said, run me my fade at this point, you scary bitch. Like, run my fade. Telling Ahna to get off the couch because Anna's on the couch at this point. Ahna then gets off the couch. And security's in between the two of them. And Summer tries to swing over security, which then makes Ahna throw the boot that she had at Summer. Summer says she's going to meet Ahna in her front yard every single time. But she gonna do it. She's I'm gonna meet her in her front yard every single time. I'm gonna fuck her up every chance that I get a chance to do it. That's pretty much what she's saying. So she then runs up on Ahna, and Ahna moves out the way real quick because Summer is running to that part cracked me up. Ahna moves so quick, which is smart because Summer was coming at her, but she didn't get to her. But when she moved out the way, they gave Ahna enough time to grab her, and Ahna started bop bop. Summer was using her weight, pushing her into a wall. They ended up on the ground. Ahna ended up on top of her. They were grabbing hair at this point. I'm going to give that one to Ahna because Ahna definitely was swinging. Summer, I didn't really see her swinging. It was a lot of hair pulling towards the end, but Ahna got hers. But security breaks that up. Ahna ends up saying that she beat her up 5 times, which was funny because she was holding her wig because her wig was off and Summer's wig was off. But she's holding Summer's wig. I'm going to get to this part in a minute. But she's holding Summer's wig in one hand and her wig in the other. Summer is saying she still want to run it. Ahna's now sitting on the couch. Summer's still pressing her, saying, why are you sitting on the couch? Are you scared? Tasiki and security are in between Ahna and Summer tries to walk up on Ahna, and Tasiki told her to back the fuck up, and that's exactly what she did. People going to be upset about Tasiki copping pleas for Ahna, but at this point, what more is there to do? Summer can't fight. Ahna is going to beat her up every time they do fight. So it's like, what is the purpose in y'all continuing to do this? So I see why Tasiki's like, at this point, just give it up. Like, what is the purpose? What is the purpose? But Jaden ends up saying that she's not saying that Ahna's not scary because she already fought you, win, lose, or draw. That is true. But Jela ends up saying that Summer is doing a lot, saying a lot, is giving her anxiety really bad because she's all over the place. Summer now is saying that she wants to hear Ahna out, and Ahna's pretty much saying, like, hear me out. So Ahna then starts talking about the same stuff about how she snuck Mariah, yada, yada, yada. Summer said, but you took my purse, though. Ahna said, because you snuck my friend. So they're going back and forth. But Summer cracked me up. And she cracked me up a lot. She cracked me up a lot, but this is funny. She said, I'm here to get money. Your friend is out of a job because she was hating on a bitch like me. She's talking about Mariah Lynn because Mariah Lynn is out of a job, and we all know on social media. I don't follow Mariah Lynn. I follow a couple of the T pages. I see a lot of the tweets on my Twitter, on my timeline on Twitter. I've seen Mariah Lynn talking about the show. She's now getting into it with Camila, who also wants to be on the show, which I think is crazy because you're on cable television, on E, on House of Villains, and you still trying to keep up with these baddies. I would put E is on a different level than Zeus. Like, you getting an E check. Why are you still trying to be on Baddies? But okay. But Mariah Lynn is pretty much wanting to be on Baddies too. She getting into it with Ivori. I just found that funny. But Natalie ends up talking about, hold the fuck up. We gonna respect the OGs. Not necessarily. They don't have to. Like, they don't have to. Summer said, I do respect all the OGs, especially you, bitch. I was like, she doing too much. But Natalie ends up saying that Ahna has been here, but she don't play no games, and that's why she's a baddie. Summer says, so am I. I'm here to get money. I'm a real Detroit baddie bitch. I said, I like the energy that she's giving right now. I like it. But Diamond, she ends up getting up and saying, oh, that's cute and whatever, but where is my baddie's chain? Talking to Natalie. Natalie gets up claiming that she don't have the chain, but Diamond ends up saying, like, I stood on business last season. I'm here this season still standing on business. Where the fuck is my chain? Natalie goes and gets her chain. And Natalie ends up telling the rest of the girls, all the girls that are there, we're moving into the houses tomorrow. Let's go. Big legs. She is pretty. I just wish she knew how to dress. But she'll probably get, with the money, if she just got out of college, so we know that the college fund, she probably ain't got the money like that. But she going to get it off of here. So the looks can start to match the actual look. The look is looking, but the clothes, come on. But the next day, the new girls are on the sprinters. The returnees, Akbar and Jaden, are on their own. This, I wish we kept all of the scenes on the new girls. Because theirs was a lot more entertaining than the returners. The returners had one little moment that was quite interesting. But the new girls, theirs was more entertaining. Which is proof that we don't really need the OGs. Let's just keep it real. But Ahna is pretty much talking about how she has this unsettling feeling going into the house after everything that happened last night, which I took it as her talking about how she's probably expecting to get into more fights. But she then elaborated on the fact that her girls didn't really have her back. Like, whenever she said she wanted to stop fighting, she felt they should have stopped. They should have jumped in to stop the fights from happening when Summer was trying to get at her. But we'll get to that in a minute. But Natalie starts passing out these little mini drinks or whatever on the new girls bus. Summer is talking a lot. I can see why she annoys people, because she do talk a lot. But she was cracking me up. I'm sorry. But she was talking about turning up. Let's get it. She just pumping everybody up at this point. Trying to give good energy. She just comes off annoying with the voice. Pretty P says somebody might turn up on you. Summer says, so who won it? Ivori then says, why you keep saying who won it? Summer says, it's for whoever wants it. Whoever wants it. Ivori said, but put a name on it or shut up. You shut up. Because if it don't apply, let it fly. Like, why are you worried about that? I can't stand when people try to make an issue out of nothing. If she's saying anybody who wants it can get it, that's just an open invitation. If you want it, then you get it. If you don't have an issue with her, why are you making an issue? Like, she made this an issue. Ivori being Ivori. But she ends up saying, you're not going to be saying anybody or everybody around me. She did. Summer said, I'm taking over. Ivory said, that's it. No, that's not. Is that it? Summer says, that's it for now. Ivory said, what's for now? Ivory ends up saying, too, so what you want to do? Ivory then gets up and starts swinging on Summer, obviously. Security breaks it up. Ivory ends up saying, stop saying everybody. Summer said, I said what I said. Exactly. Like, who the fuck are you to tell me what to say? But Ivory then says, I wish you would touch Ahna again. You keep going for the smallest bitch in the house. I said, she went for Ahna for a reason that was valid. And then not only that, the audacity of you to start talking about how she's going for somebody that's small. You fight any and everybody for no reason. Small, big, anything. So the same thing can be applied to you. Like, I don't understand this chick. But Emma and Yoshi, they're trying to vouch for what Ivory said about Ahna being small. Summer don't care. Ivory is sitting there talking about parking Summer, and Summer's not fazed by anything that Ivory is saying, which is why I'm like, I'm starting to like her. But Summer says, I ain't scared of you, bitch. Like, I'll never be scared of no bitch. I said, exactly. You should never be. Emma is sitting next to Summer at this point, trying to tell Summer about herself at this point. Emma says it's giving bully. All you trying to do is fight. You trying to fight Ahna, but you don't want to fight her, but you want to fight Ahna after she whooped your ass. Emma then says, Ivory's trying to fight you, but you ain't trying to fight her, but you only want to fight Ahna. You're on a bus. Like, if you want to fight me, let's get out in the street. Like, let's get off of the bus first. Fighting me on a bus is stupid. Like, I can't stand when they fight on buses. Like, if it's really that much of an issue, we can do it off the bus. That's essentially what I was getting from Summer at this point. But Summer ends up saying she would, whoever wants to fight her. Whoever wants it, I got you. You need that, we can get that. Emma says, I know you're not coming at me, bitch. She was. So what you gonna do about it? They get up and started fighting. Emma was getting her. I will say that. Summer can't fight. That's just what it is. She can't fight. She kind of reminds me of Anne in a way. Like, she's very much a troll. She's not scared, but she can't fight. But Ivory comes back there trying to get her licks in as well. But back on the OG bus, they're talking about the new girls. Rollie said they're all pretty. For the most part, they are. Just about every last one of them are. Just about every last one of them. I'm not going to tell you which one I think isn't. It should be hard. But Rollie ends up saying that they're pretty, like I said. Jela ends up saying that she don't really have an opinion on anybody yet. Scotty doesn't expect the new girls to be fighting before they get to the house. Ironic, because they over there fucking that bus up. But Ahna ends up saying when Summer kept trying to fight, what I just initially said, when she kept trying to fight, when Ahna said that she was done, she feels like nobody was trying to stop it. Tasiki said, stop what? Like, she was over there doing. Tasiki said, I stopped it. Ahna was like, yeah, I think you did. She did. She was in your face trying to stop it. She told Summer to back the fuck up. The one that you was meaning to talk about was the one that's the invisible cast member to me right now until she gets in the field and stands up for herself. If you don't know, Big Dominican, she's getting nothing from me until she fights. Because she should not be on the show. She should not be on the show. She's a punk. The way she let J.O. hit her in her face and do nothing about it, but is so quick to jump in everybody else's fights, you get nothing from me. You're not going to get nothing from me this season until you do something. But Ahna says she always jumps in for her bitches, which she does, especially the Big Dominican. And she said that the Big Dominican be talking about how she don't want to fight this season too, and I'm always the one fighting for you, nigga. Ahna, stop saying nigga. You not black. You not black. I'ma always say it. Especially in the climate that we in now, considering what happened on Tuesday. Which it took me all of this weekend, and I'm still pissed off about it. And if you are a Trump, I'm sorry if I'm veering, but if you are a Trump supporter, let me know in the comments. I'm blocking you. I've had to unfollow a lot of people that I associate with. I'm dead ass serious. If you support that man after everything that he put in Project 2025, everything that he stands for, everything that he has vocally verbalized, we don't have nothing to do with it. We don't have nothing in common. But she addresses that. And the big invisible cast member, the Big Dominican, she's talking in her confessionals, talking about how Ahna and Summer are in the same weight class. They're not. At all. So what are you talking about? Anyways. She's also talking about how she was just standing there watching. We know you were standing there watching, but Ahna is sitting back there crying to Diamond. And Jela ends up saying that she doesn't feel like Ahna is wrong because Ahna has always had Biggie's back when she gets into it with anybody that Biggie gets into it with. And Biggie don't ever have her back. Where's the lie? That is true. But back with the newbies. Ivori is still popping it with Summer. Emma is now talking about how she fucked up her hand because she's off the bus at this point. Fucked up her hand fighting Summer. I'm like, because you don't know how to throw a punch. Like, most people that end up fucking their hand up, it's because you don't know how to throw a punch. Like, that's just really what it is. But Ivori, she ends up saying that she's still trying to get at Summer at this point in between security. Ivori said that Dolly, Pretty P, and Jazmin are cool, but the bitches in the back are fake, and y'all are acting like y'all ain't. Y'all acting like y'all ready. Lex was on the side, but she ends up getting to the back at this point. Her pretty self says, ain't nobody acting like they ready to do anything. Ivori said, you talking about how you ready to fight anybody. Lex said, and I am. I am. Anybody that's like, is anybody coming for me at this point? That's why I'm like, I don't want to say it right now because episode 3, we still got 2 more episodes before I can call a favorite. That energy is what I'm talking about. Like, who are you pressing? Ivori? Ain't nobody scared of you. You try to act like you big tough dog because you be over there doing what you do on Now That's TV. Ain't nobody scared of you. I love that Big Lex and Summer are not scared of her. But when Lex said, is anybody coming for me? Pretty P's clown ass trying to impress Ivori, I swear that's what this was for, randomly starts swinging on Big Lex. Security ends up breaking it up. Lex ends up saying, at this point, I'm mad as fuck because these bitches trying to swing on me on this little ass bus. Security holding us back. We can't really do what we're trying to do. I'm ready to get off this bus. Exactly. Like, that's what I always say. If you really want to fight, why are we going to fight in a confined place, in a confined space where there's security, there's all these people around us. We can't really do what we're trying to do. Let's get off the bus and then handle it then. But Ivori ends up saying to somebody, telling somebody to go eat her. Telling her, go eat that bitch. Lex said, you eat me. I said, you trying to come for my favorite. You trying to make me claim favorite. She said, if anybody, you talking about somebody eat me, if anybody gonna eat me, I want you to come over here and try and eat me. Ivori said, come on then. Security is now trying to restrain Lex from coming up there. Lex says, eat me, eat me. She keeps saying, eat me, eat me. Ivori saying, I can. Lex is now getting up to Ivori. They're like right in between. Ivori normally would have jumped over security, but she ain't done it yet. Lex is squaring up. Security's trying to press her from coming, trying to stop her from coming towards Ivori. I'm like, yeah, Lex is with it. But Ivori ends up saying bitches want clout and storylines, and it's me. They trying to get storylines off of me, so I'm going to give it to you. No, you're the one that's trying to get a storyline. You saw that Summer had gotten into it with Ahna. She got that big personality. She's talking a lot. You've already been on reality TV. You already know what's going to make air. You already know who's going to be the focal point. The ones that are always talking. The ones that are always doing something. You decided to pick issue with Summer, who didn't have an issue with you. You picked that issue with her. Now you're picking the issue with Lex because you want the storyline. You want the camera time. You want the clout. You trying to impress your fans, which is why you pressed that issue with Jela, because they wanted you to get in here and fight Jela. You trying to impress your fans. Like, you the one that's trying to get clout. Let's be for real. But security's trying to sit them down, and Lex ends up saying that y'all picking and choosing. And Pretty P said, who? She said, you. Exactly. You. But back on the OG bus, Rollie is talking about how her and Diamond have resolved their issues, saying that Diamond's pretty and whatever. Diamond ends up saying that real baddies resolve their issues even after they fight. I'm like, disagree with that, because you're not about to put your hands on me. Like, it's just not going to happen. But Scotty ends up also saying that she wants to know how Jela feels about the issue with Ivori, and if she feels like it'll be an ongoing issue between the two of them. And Jela says, like, I don't really know her. Like, I don't really know her, but I spoke my piece, and if she wants to get there, you already know I will get there with her. We know that to be true. But Scotty ends up saying that she feels like Ivori was throwing jabs. Ahna ends up saying, like Jela politely said, if it's an issue, you can get that. She did. Like, she said it in a very respectful way. Yes, she didn't come off like, let's go out here and get this. She said, and it's a stupid issue. That's why she probably addressed it the way she did. Like, saying, I know you got an issue. Because Jayla's not stupid. She already knew she had an issue with her coming into the show. Pretty much addressed it like a grown woman. Whether y'all want to say she's punking out or copping pleas, that's what y'all gonna say. But this ain't nothing it's different than her and Biggie. Biggie threatened her. Ivori ain't threatened her. Like, let's just keep it real. But Jela ends up saying that, and Natalie ends up saying, essentially, we all know it's going to go up. Like, we know it's going to go up, so let's stop acting like it's not. Obviously, because you're going to make sure it goes up. You're going to make sure somebody fights. But Natalie ends up saying, like, we about to go out. We're going to go out regardless if it gets popping. We got a club booking tonight. So we get back to the new girls. Summer is still talking, saying I ain't going nowhere. Win, lose, or draw for the mad bitches, for the Maddie shot o'clock. Cracking me up. Cracking me up. But security is back there in between Lex and Summer because they're in the back. The rest of the girls are up there in the front. Jazmin is now talking. Everybody's trying to get clout off of Summer. Like, Summer, everybody trying to get their fight off of Summer. Summer says, ain't nobody trying to hear that scary ass shit that you talking about. That shit cracked me up. Jazmin said, I ain't scary at all, and you know that. Summer said, bitch, I don't know shit. Like, I don't know you. Jazmin said, I'm a real boss. Summer said, how you a boss when your shop got closed down, bitch? I said. But Jazmin ends up getting in between the aisle. Security jumps in between them. Summer starts kicking. Yoshi now tries to swing on her. They all trying to impress Ivori. That's just really what it is. Like, the only ones that's not trying to impress Ivori is the two that aren't scared of her. But, and even Bad Dolly. Bad Dolly was sitting up there in the front, which I was very shocked considering what I saw in Hawaii. But she was very cool, calm, and collected. She wasn't doing anything. She was sitting up there in the front, minding her business, being pretty. But Summer ends up saying that they're pressed trying to fight her. And, yeah, she said they're pressed trying to fight me on the bus because I'm the biggest competition at this point. Where's the lie? But Summer ends up throwing a drink on Jazmin. Jazmin tries to get back there to Summer. She then tries to throw a drink back at her as well. Everybody, like I said, everybody but Dolly at this point has been in a fight on this bus. Every single new girl except for her has gotten into something on this bus. But they going back and forth again. They end up arriving to the house and they're still arguing. But Summer is ready to get in the field. She ready to get in the field. Ivori's talking about how Summer do too much. She doing a little bit too much. And the shit that she doing ain't even gonna get aired. Funny. Cause you can tell she's trying to feel like a big dog. Because essentially her, I think Bad Dolly was on that as TV too. I think they're the only two from the new girls that have been on TV. She's trying to flex that previous TV on Summer. But the funniest part about it is everything that she said wasn't going to get aired got aired. But they start filing off the bus talking shit. Summer gets off the bus. She telling the bitches to run it. Ivori says she going to end her on the bus talking to Bad Dolly and them. Bad Dolly says she popping it but don't play with Summer. Summer's walking in the house saying, Detroit in this bitch, baddies where y'all at. She is very unfazed. Like, she's not bothered by these girls. She said, I want all the smoke. We get a little preview of the house. You already know they always do that. It's big. From the outside, it looks kind of creepy, but on the inside, it's all right. But Summer is sitting in there with a cap on because her wig is off. Looking in the mirror. This part cracked me up. She's sitting there looking in the mirror, smiling at herself. She said, I'm still pretty on my mama and my daddy. I was like, I love the energy. She's confident in herself. But she also then says, like, I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say, and I'm going to still be pretty doing it. I said, that's the way you should. But Lex is sitting there on the bus, quiet. The way she is the way I am when I'm ready to fight. Like, she's sitting there quiet, kind of like the calm before the storm, getting ready to pounce. They finally pull up. It looks like they're in the back of the house or either in the front. I can't tell. But there's this grass. A lot of field work. People going to actually literally get in the field to throw them hands. So they finally pull up. They open up the doors. Everybody's filing off. Ivori's like, come on, where Lex at? Lex get off the bus. She said, yeah, let's go. Come on. Lex was with whatever Ivori was on. They both got they both squaring up. And they kind of like just going around in circles like, come on. Both of them saying, come on, come on. Ivori, you the one with the issue. You should be the one pressing her. You should be the one running up on her. You the one that had an issue with Lex. You're supposed to run up on her. She finally does. They start swinging. Lex got her. They was kind of in a headlock at one point. Both of them was swinging. But Lex got to working her. And she was working her good. Good. I said, okay, nice to see. Lex was getting her. Lex got that one for me. Even she got up. Her nose was bleeding. Obviously, it was because she has nose rings in her nose. So, obviously, that's going to get cut. But that's what made her nose bleed. Ivori obviously trying to take credit for her nose bleeding, which obviously it was from the nose ring. But Summer comes out the house, and her and Jazmin get into it. Both of them can't fight. They swinging for their life, windmilling. I'm rooting for Summer in this. But But Summer and Yoshi get into it next week. Ivori and Jela get into it next week. A lot of fights happening. Akbar puts Biggie's foot to the fire, as does Tinkerbella, about her being a punk and not fighting. So I'm very excited about that. So that was the episode. Y'all let me know what y'all thought. Please thumbs up the video if you have not gotten there already. If you're new here, please hit subscribe. Turn your post notifications on. Jan, if you watching this, let me know. Well, I'm going to hit you in the group chat. See if you want to get on. Because I don't be wanting to make Jan get on here. Because I know she does Tuesday lives. Unless it's a big episode, I want to get her on here. But me, Movie Band Legend are definitely going to be live next. No, I was about to say next week. Tomorrow. And Jan might join us as well. But drop in the comments. You already know what to do. And I'll see y'all then. Peace.